So, I just want to remind you that you are so worthy of giving yourself your own love and attention. This is the part that so many people want to skip over. We want to wait for someone else to come in and love us. We want to wait for that relationship. We want to wait for the career advancement. We want to wait for the more money, the better lifestyle, the better, sexier body. We want to wait for all the things before then we feel like we're worthy of our own love. But I want to remind you that it doesn't work that way. And if you're someone who has spent some time chasing those outer things, even once you've gotten them, I guarantee you still had that empty feeling inside like something's missing. And that's because you weren't giving yourself your own self-love. So do yourself a favor and don't skip over this step. Start working on loving yourself exactly where you're at. This typically is going to involve some working with what we call your inner child, like really working with some of the wounding and weird programming you picked up when you were a kid that told you weren't good enough, that you're not lovable and worthy just as you are. So really facing those fears. Taking time to sit with yourself, like no numbing out, no distracting, and listen to what your heart wants to say. Listen to that wounded part of you. Like, what's triggering you? Why don't you feel like you're enough? Why don't you trust? Like, what are some of the issues coming up? And work on loving and accepting those parts of yourself, the parts that you feel aren't lovable, because I promise they are, and they're just waiting for you to sometimes just shine a light on them. Just sit with them. Think about it. When a kid's really upset, do they need you to solve all their problems? If they're hurt and crying, do they need you to come in with a logical solution? No, they just want to be held and told that it's okay and that you love them. And you get to do that for yourself. And that is such a healing thing. And when we learn to accept the parts of us that have been wounded, accept our fears, our flaws, our doubts, all the things, and just love ourselves unconditionally, we step into this beautiful energy of wholeness where we're integrating all parts of ourselves. No longer saying this isn't good, this isn't acceptable, no longer hiding any parts of ourselves. We're just authentically being our true selves and honoring our emotions and everything, and learning how to show up and be that strong adult for ourselves too. When we do that, we come into this beautiful space of wholeness, and then from that space, we attract really beautiful things into our lives. We become an energetic match to other people who've done this inner work, who love themselves, so we can come together in a union that's going to be balanced and beautiful. And it allows you, like in career and money, to really succeed in a way that feels good to you. And even beyond the material things, even beyond, it allows your body to heal too, by the way. This is how I healed my autoimmune. But even beyond all of those things are like icing on the cake. The main cake, the cake is that you love you. Your relationship with you sets the tone for every relationship in your life. So please do not skip over this step when you're manifesting. Do not downplay self-love. It is the most powerful thing, in my opinion.